Natural solutions to money, relationships, wellness, and more. Shine a light onto your day and into your life. Power Your Life with Dr. Joanne White.
Welcome to Power Your Life. I'm Joanne White, your host, and my first guest has a most impressive career. I'm a fan already. For over 3 decades, Deanna Williams has remained a constant force in the entertainment industry. From her radio days as a DJ to media coaching some of the biggest stars and musicians and athletes in the world, you can say that Deanna Williams has been an inspiration and an influence to many in her lifetime, and she's here with us tonight. Welcome, Deanna.
I'm so elated to be with you, Dr. Joanne.
Well, you are incredible. I've researched you. You do everything. You've been a producer, you've been a writer, you've been worked in TV, on radio, an ambassador of Afro-American music. You've gotten the Liberty Bell. What haven't you done?
I'm still working on my cooking skills.
Me too.
My family would tell you that. Yeah, I'm trying to get to be a better person in the kitchen.
So you have, the last 10 years, you started to coach stars.
Actually, the last 20 years.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a celebrity strategist, and as you mentioned, I work with an array of individuals, prominent, emerging, as well as established individuals in sports, entertainment, executives as well. I coach a lot of corporate executives.
So what's involved in the coaching?
Well, the basic tenets of journalism are who, where, what, when, how. And that's what I deal with, the who, what, where, when, why, and how of an individual. So let's say they have a new record. We talk about, I help them develop their talking points. And oftentimes, you'd be surprised, people who are performers, entertainers, they can get in front of a crowd of thousands of people, but a one-on-one like you and I are doing now is a little challenging for them. So I help them with language, approach.
So it's not the
Everything.
music end of it that you're helping them with. It's
No.
more how to be more personable with and how to respond to questions.
Absolutely.
You actually you and I had a conversation, and you said that Maya Angelou has been an incredible inspiration to you. In what way?
Well, I watched her going home celebration the other day, and the wonderful comments from the First Lady, former President Bill Clinton, to Oprah, to her family, her son, grandson. It was quite touching, but as a woman, I was greatly influenced by her poetry, her novels, her statements. I watched before her death and since her passing, the wonderful gems that she has left us, everything from justice to laughter. And that was one of my favorites when I watched her with Dave Chappelle on the Iconoclast. What she had to say about the need for us to laugh and to lighten it up when we consider all the problems in the world. She was like, laugh, smile, it'll make you feel better. So considering who she was and her contribution, one of the most notable human beings, approximately 7 billion people on the planet now.
Right?
She will be remembered for as long as human beings are on this planet.
By everyone,
Yeah.
really. She had an impact on everybody's
Every
life. It had nothing to
generation.
do with color or race or anything like that.
That's what made her so remarkable as
Right.
well, that
And-
she transcended color, race, class, all of that.
And she also taught people to love themselves. And
Exactly.
that's very important, to feel empowered. And
Yes, ma'am.
that's a message that everybody needs to hear.
Everybody, despite color, regardless to
Right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah, so that's why she was a big influence on me. As a woman, as a mother, I admired how she moved on this planet and the contribution that she made in her art, in her very breath and living. And so how could we not be inspired by that?
Right. Well, you inspire so many people too by what you do. How did you get started?
Well, let's start with the love-making process that my parents engaged in Philadelphia, which is where one of my homes is right now. My mother tells me I was created in Philadelphia. And I was imbued by my parents and my family, very loving Puerto Rican, African-American family. So I had the collard greens and the plátanos, you know, a lot of great food, but great energy and an abundance of love. An abundance of love and encouragement, where my mother and father told me that you can anything that the mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. And that has been my long-standing mantra these last 60 now. So these last 60 years, my parents. And then Kathy Hughes, who was the founder of Radio One,
Right.
TV One, the company that I currently
And
work
you're working with that now.
Yes, and I've actually coached Miss Hughes as well. So she is like, people know Oprah Winfrey, but behind Oprah is Kathy Hughes, and she is the owner of a television network as well as a major radio network, web portals, and much more, and she was one of my mentors.
So what are you doing
So,
on the show?
What am I doing on this show?
On the radio show?
Oh, my radio show. Okay, I thought you were saying this show.
No,
We're empowering people,
well,
Dr.
we're doing
Joanne.
a great
We're
job
empowering
here, I
folks.
know.
My radio show is on Old School 100.3. I am the co-host of Soulful Sunday. It airs 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I play classic soul, Motown, Philadelphia International, Stax, and I do interviews with a lot of the artists from the days gone
Right.
by that you and I grew up listening to, and I also do interviews with people who are making a difference in our community, and that's important to me.
You've also done so much in terms of activism. Let's sort of look back a little bit. What has been one of your most powerful moments for you?
Well, growing up in the Bronx and Harlem, I knew nothing about the legislative process.
Right.
And some years ago, after I established a nonprofit organization called the International Association of African American Music Foundation, I wrote President then Clinton asking him to host a reception in the White House to celebrate June, Black Music Month, which just passed. And my ex-husband, Kenny Gamble, was the founder and creator of this. And the White House said, well, we see where President Carter hosted a reception, and he said June is Black Music Month, but he did not sign a presidential proclamation. So why don't you go get some legislation and then come back to us, and then we'll do something with you. So one of my proudest moments was years later, when after Senator Arlen Specter, who is gone before us, and Congressman Shaka Fatah actually introduced the legislation that got passed in the House that said June is Black Music Month. And why is that important, Dr. Joanne? Because it is American music. It is one of our greatest exports around the world.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Deanna. We'll be right back.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Joanne.
We'll be right back afterwards with Deanna Williams. Thanks.